I'm out here working on my son's car. It's a 2015 Chrysler 200. We're getting close to 10 years old here, but it's really in great shape. The thing works great mechanically. The biggest issues we've had are the door panels were just kind of junk, and I've seen that online with other people who've had the same problem. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can see right here how right at the window where the door panel kind of separates there. It was just never put together very good. It is still kind of sticky a little bit, but the foam and everything's just kind of dry rotting. I've got it on this one, on the front one, and the other rear one. Ironically, can't really see it very good there, but the passenger side front doesn't do it, at least yet. And what's weird is the two rear windows have probably hardly ever been rolled down. Usually he's got one person with him, if anybody, so these windows just never get used, but it's still got the same problem. And really the one I want to get to is this one, because obviously if he's going through a drive-through or whatever, this creates a problem for him. But we're going to go ahead and start with the back ones and get those fixed and see how the fix works. But anyway, follow us along. I'd love to hear if you guys have had this problem and if you just replaced the door panels or what you did to fix it. All right, first thing we're going to need to do is get the door panel off. I don't have the picks that everybody says I need, but ironically it looks like a thing to pull the lid off of a paint can works. So you just stick it in there right under here. There's a little bolt we need to take off, and then there's one up in here too. This one's a little more difficult to get off without having a pick, but I think if I get this piece behind here, I can pop it off. Here we go. Okay, so that exposes the two, and let's see, I believe this one is a 10 millimeter. Okay, and this one is 7 millimeter. All right, once you get those removed, you're gonna take the pry tool and stick it in there. Any random stuff falls out. Should be able to just separate this from your hands. Should be is the key word. Okay. Okay, here is the issue. You can see this. This is the issue here. I'm going to need to, you can see there, it went under there and it was stapled. So I'm probably going to want to do the same thing. Get this pulled as tight as I can with some really good spray adhesive, and then come back with some staples and put on there to kind of help hold it into place. All right, let me see if I can go ahead and get these cables disconnected. Like one of them has a harness there I can disconnect. This one I'm not sure about. All right, let me check into that real quick. Okay, I got them off. There were two connectors. One was right here. It's pretty easy to disconnect, and the other one was right there. Also the same thing, pretty easy to disconnect. So now I'm going to see what I can do with this. I'm thinking spray. I got some spray glue and get this back as tight as I can get it. The problem is it is not going to go down that, I'm not going to be able to pull it that much, I don't think. I'm going to see what I can do to pull it as tight as I can. Get some spray glue in there and let it set. We'll probably clamp it, and then once start taking the clamps off, I'll try to put some more staples in there to see if it'll hold. At least that's the plan anyway. All right, got some Gorilla contact adhesive that I'm going to use, so I'm going to come back, spray it in here as best I can. Maybe I'll try to get some of this loose stuff off anyway. Although it's funny, I say loose, none of it's really loose. and try to get this stuck, and then put as many, get it on there as best I can pull it, and then really get a bunch of clamps on there. It's just, I've tried, and I am not going to be able to stretch it where it goes near as far as it was originally, but I'm going to give it the best shot I got here. All right, so I'm going to spray both sides of it. Okay, gonna let that set for a little bit. Then we'll start trying to pull it into place, lock it in with the clamps. All right, so we let that set for a bit. So now I'm gonna try to pull it in one piece at a time and have a clamp kind of ready to go. And this is going to be the hard parts. There's not a lot to clamp onto there. Well, that's going to be the problem. Trying to get these things to clamp on here. I have nowhere to clamp, at least there. So I may just have to clamp right here initially. All right, we're all hard to say. You never have too many clamps, and this is one time I'd probably agree. I just got it clamped. I was trying to clamp it under this lip here, but there's just not enough lip there to really get a clamp on. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back and try to take it around and see how else I might be able to clamp it. But I'm at least going to get it locked down to there first, and then I can bend this corner and see what I can do. Here you can see how I clamped it the second time around. This seemed to work out pretty well. Let me remove those clamps and let's see what we've got. Looks like it worked pretty good. I'll start getting the door panel installed back on the door. This is pretty much just a reversal of the removal process. Here's the finished product. Not perfect, but much better than it was. I think it'll even out a bit as it goes on. Now let's look at the front driver's door. This seems to be a problem with Chrysler and Dodge in general, but the Chrysler 200 and 300 models seem to really suffer from this issue. It is sad how bad it makes the car look, and the replacement cost for these panels is expensive, especially when there are multiple panels that have failed. This is going to be the exact same procedure as before. Remove the covers, remove the bolts, remove the panel, and disconnect the wiring harnesses. I'm trying to disconnect the harness with one hand while holding the camera with the other hand. Finally. With the second harness, I had to put the phone down for a second, but I was able to get it disconnected. I'm back to using the Gorilla Glue contact adhesive. I'll put an Amazon associate link in the description if you'd like to get some for yourself. I'm going to do this panel a little different. I'm going to spray the adhesive down inside the panel a bit and put some clamps on it, and then we can move it out closer to the edge. You can see the glue down in the panel. Now we'll get some clamps on it, but again, we're just clamping further down on the panel. And here's what it looks like with the clamps. We're going to let it set for a bit. I think it was around 30 minutes. And I'm going to remove these clamps. And I'm going to spray the adhesive on the rest of the material. Put the clamps on again, but now I'm trying to pull the material around the door panel as best I can. Here's another angle. After it dries for a bit, I'm going to move the clamps to another area right next door. You can see it does a pretty good job. Just keep letting it dry a bit and move the clamps to a spot that hasn't really stuck good yet. Now let's remove the clamps. Now we'll install the door panel. Pretty much just a reverse of the way we took it apart. Here's the finished product. It isn't perfect. I believe some of the waviness will disappear over time, but I guess we'll see. Overall, I'm really happy with the result. Thanks for watching.